you go. It should be good.
You good, Paxo?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we are definitely saving though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't press play without saving.
Good to go.
All right. Hello, everyone, to Lego Lords of the Rings. I'm OriginOfChaos, and with me is CaptainPaxo, and we will be playing all Minikits for you today. So, without further ado, let's start the game here, and then we'll just explain as we go through. So for the timer, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Okay, let's do this. So, the very first thing
with the forging of great rings.
should be that we skip this cutscene.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, we are obviously playing on the no-cut version of Lord of the Rings, just because it's a bit quicker. Oh well, saves probably about an hour over the course of this run. And yeah, we've got to collect every single mini-kit in this game. Well, I say every single mini-kit. There are 8 levels in this game, so 10 mini-kits per level. And we're going to supposedly collect all of them. Our basic end of this is to make sure that we have 180 on the counter that kind of displays in the overworld, but the way we're going to do that is not by collecting every mini-kit. We're going to be doing some mini-kit duplications along the line, just as a bit of a teaser for later. We'll obviously get into that when we do that stuff, but we'll turn the game audio down a little bit.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, we'll get into that when we get there, but to start with, we're going to be going through basically a story section of this run. So we're going to be playing 13 of the 18 levels. We're going to play them in story, effectively doing an any % run, picking up a few mini-kits along the way.
Part of this level is quite slow. Just have to do a couple of orcs before we can get to the big boss himself.
Yes, and we're going to see our first piece of tech here, which will be coming through from me. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to be... Actually, this might not happen because it is quite laggy for me at the moment. But we're going to be attempting to do hit an out-of-bounds door. And what out-of-bounds doors are is they're effectively stored in the game, left over from when the devs were kind of basically building the game, and each, or most sections at least, have kind of like a fail-safe door to be hit in the event of... Okay, yeah. Connection is really struggling at the moment, but I'll see what I can do here. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen.
In that case, we'll just quickly...
Yeah, we'll play this boss fight normally, but the idea was that there's out-of-bounds doors all the way throughout the game, and we're going to be hitting a few of them along the way, hopefully. We'll see if the connection holds up or not, but yeah, by hitting them, you basically progress straight through to the next section without having to do the kind of intended goal.
Meanwhile, I'm losing a couple stats here. If we can manage it to finish this level without any stats, it will save us some time.
that was interesting attack direction from Sauron there.
You think he
But
targeted on me?
I think so, yeah.
Never seen that before, to be honest. Yeah, we'll be through this fight quite soon.
Yeah, the goal of this boss fight basically is to minimize the amount of movement you're doing with Sauron here.
Yeah, as long as he's not walking, he's attacking. You want him to keep attacking you. Because he needs a set amount of attacks before going. Alright. In this section, we will be collecting a couple of mini bags. No, mini kits.
Yeah, so we've got 2 mini kits to collect in this level, and both of them are in this room right here. So we're going to see, I think I will end up going for both of them, because one of them is behind this wall, just up here. We're just doing some parkour to get over there first. So that's our first mini kit of the run. Only 179 to go. I forgot that happens if you push that down.
We know this game, we promise. we know
Yeah, definitely.
Meanwhile,
Actually, I've already changed my
start using
FPS.
some stats again. While
that was
Paxo launches to the top of a cliff here. To grab another mini kit.
I was actually out of bounds there. Yeah, so this is a little bit precise, this one, to try and get. Just because it's actually quite a thin ledge. Normally you'd use a smaller character to be able to get up there, but of course we don't have that luxury. That reverted, I think. That's not gonna work.
Also, we're playing on Steam Remote Play. Paxo has a bit of a delay there, so...
Honestly, the delay is not the big problem. It's the fact that it's like jumping forwards and backwards. So it's like I can't consistently menu. Yeah. Actually, if Hav is listening to this, can you stop sharing your webcam? Because I think that might actually be messing with my internet a little bit. Well, we definitely got enough height that time. So what we're doing there is a technique known as V-sync launching. Which is quite simply by switching your FPS from a low number, i.e. 60 in this case, up to a higher number, somewhere around kind of the 2000 mark, I think, probably on this PC. You get a lot of height, because the game miscalculates when you're going up a slope how much height you should gain. And we can use that to our advantage to get through here. I'll lose some studs here, but there's no way I'm getting 0 studs here. Yeah.
We might as well finish.
Yeah.
Because Paxo picked up the purple stud there in the end.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to not pick it up, so... No worries there. But yeah, that gave us 10,000 studs, and it would take more time to lose them all than it would save. That was the first level. We have 2 minikits now. 178 to go.
Yep. But now we do...
generally go faster than...
Yes, yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate start. Hopefully it will be better from here out. My connection seems to have stabilized a lot more as well now, so that's a good sign.
Cav has stopped sharing his webcam as well.
Yeah.
So that probably helped.
Yeah. So what we're going to see here is a very cool trick going into the next level, which was found by me by accident a few years back. This trick is known as DIA, or Drop-in Abuse. Basically, what we're going to do is Origin is going to be making his way over to start the next level. But as he skips the cutscene that starts the level, the game applies a forced rolling check where all the characters are basically forced to be in a slower, kind of more stealthy state. But what we can do is if I drop in at the right time, which hopefully will happen, then
Happens, yes.
Sam, who is my character player 2, has bypassed that forced rolling state. So you see Sam's the only one standing straight up. And we're going to be able to use that to our advantage here. And do some more fun V-Sync launching. And we're able to get out of bounds pretty much immediately. And we can very quickly make our way through this section. I will be picking up a minikit while staying out of bounds here. So the minikit here, you can grab it while still out of bounds. And we're going to set up to do the exact same thing again, going into the next room. So I'm going to get to here and drop out. Origin will switch to Sam. Sam will go into the end trigger and then skip the cutscene. And then we're aiming to get the same thing again. And you can see Frodo this time on Origin side of the screen. Has in fact got the same dropped-in abuse state and can use it once again to go out of bounds. That was a very nice launch from Origin side. We're communicating this a little bit differently because basically in all the times we've done it, it's been much easier for me to menu than for Origin to menu. So I'm basically doing Origin's menuing for him while he's pulling off these tricks, which makes it a little bit more complicated. But
while I was doing that, Paxo is doing this fight and having a minikit meanwhile. And once he grabs that, I can leave the level here.
Yeah, so we're actually going to pick up 3 minikits from this level, which is a relatively non-standard amount of minikits to pick up, but we do have reasoning for this, which we will get to show in due time.
And then this Other Scholar the Third minikit is on the right here. We'll just be running on the right and we pick it up. No jumping required. We know this because during practice one time we both accidentally jumped over it.
Yeah, there's 2 minikits in 2 different auto-scrollers, one of which you have to jump to be able to get, and the other one which you have to be stationary, or just on the ground, sorry, to be able to get. And we confuse the 2 of them quite spectacularly. But thankfully, no such mistakes this time.
And after this level, there is a bit of overworld movement. They introduce us to the mission system, like quest system.
Yeah, so this is not something we see at any other point in this run. Although there are like some instances where this would be useful, because this is essentially showing us how to get different red bricks and all that stuff. Although some of those red bricks would be useful in any percent to save a little bit of time, or all minikits to save a little bit of time, they are so long to get that it's just on the whole not worth it.
I'll let you in on a secret to help you seek out other quests.
But we get to see the system here. This serves as a nice kind of tutorial for it. Basically, what you've got to do for each minikit is collect these schematics where there's a few in the overworld and also 1 in each level. These blacksmith designs. And then you've got to build the blacksmith design and then give it to a particular NPC on the overworld to complete the quest.
then this is the blacksmith. So you have to have a couple of mithril bricks. Of course, this is the tutorial, so we had exactly enough to then build it. And then you have to jump on this blower thingy to the bellows. That's the word. To then get it hot enough to be smithed into an item.
Yep, and in this case, it's a mithril trowel. Now, what you might have seen is I didn't actually go into the blacksmith here. And the reason for that is I can stand exactly on the quest circle
Bless me.
and immediately deliver the trowel without having to like leave the area or anything. And then we can go through the door into this cutscene.
And now we can race to the next level.
If I lose, I blame delay.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, a lot of these overworld sections are pretty linear, but it's fine because once we get into this level itself, it is very far from linear at all.
Aha, I win.
Yeah, you beat me this time. I'll let you have this one.
Now
But yeah, we get
onto Weathertop.
Yeah, so Weathertop is one of the levels. We don't get any mini kits in the first room. Instead, we wait a little bit to get our mini kits, and we'll get 2 in the second room.
But for this first part, we just need to cap a couple of ingredients and 3 pieces of wood to make a nice dinner. Paxo will be throwing that piece of wood down, and I'm gonna try catch it and then throw it.
Did you just throw that immediately off again?
Yep, I was spamming the button and I accidentally threw it off the cliff
Okay,
again.
let's try that again then.
There we go. So I can already start making the fire while this cutscene is playing.
Yeah, the key is to kind of overlap those 2 camera pans, so the fire camera pan and that one.
Want a tomato, Sam?
And we're going to see, I switched to 60 there, purely for the fact that these pieces will fly away if you're on high FPS. And then you have to wait for them to respawn to build this bridge. But if you're on 60 FPS, that won't happen. It also means I can potentially go for a launch once we've got over here. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, once you fail it once, these guys are kind of in the way.
Okay, cool. Looks like I got the launch. There we go. So I can land up top here, and
Yeah, now I don't have to do anything anymore. I actually got the launch, so you can just grab the...
so we grab one mini kit here, and then this mini kit is in a slight out of bounds area that we're not supposed to really access, but if the game decides to cooperate with a bit of wonky collision over here, then you can actually get around this. Being a little bit annoying with it at the moment.
There we go.
There we go.
And that is
And then
to
get back, there is a jump roll we can do here, which again the game miscalculates how much height to give you, and you just fly all the way up.
In this part, Paxo will be doing most of the building. So I have, can spend my time lighting the fires.
I got caught by the Nazgul.
That's too bad. Then I will be
I think-
doing a bit of building as well.
Yep. But yeah, the purpose of this level is kind of to show off the mechanic of Frodo kind of in this ring state, where he's supposedly invisible, apart from the fact that Nazgul can see him, and we as players can also see him through the kind of slightly ghostly outline you can see on Origin side of the screen. But it's a pretty neat mechanic. It's used, basically there's some stuff that you can only build while in that state. And we're going to see
We
here...
need to get some torches, light them, and then chase with Nazgul.
Yeah, so each character spawns with 1 torch each, and then we've got 3 to pick up. I'm going to pick up 2 of them. Origin will pick up the last one. And then just kind of hit these guys. Like so.
That is level 3 then, with 2 Minikits. It's quite important how many Minikits we are getting now. We are coming back to these levels, but for the trick we're gonna do later. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, we now have the hardest level in this category, which is Caradhras. Basically, we're trying to get 4 Minikits here, 2 in the first room, 2 in the second room. The 2 Minikits in the first room in particular are super awkward to try and get. And yeah, hopefully we're able to get them this time, but they can be very, very nasty to get. But before we do that, we've got to make our way through what I like to call cutscene percent. There's about 3 consecutive cutscenes which play back to back with very little overworld movement in between them. Thankfully we're playing no cut so we can skip them, but otherwise this kind of movement section takes about 5-6 minutes before you get into the next level.
This is just some jumping around in Heavendell, from one cutscene to the next.
Yeah, that cutscene in particular we just skipped, I believe is 2 minutes 30, so quite a nice one to skip.
But it is also quite nice cutscene. But
That is true.
all the cutscenes in this game are nice.
Yeah, very well designed cutscenes.
I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan though, so I may be biased.
But yeah, I'm going to rely on Origin to make his way to the start of the next level. I'm just going to backflip. Backflipping with elves in this game is really easy. Because I'm just holding up and A at the moment, so up and my jump button. And you just kind of flip backwards relatively infinitely, it just keeps chaining. But yeah. Means all the pressure's on Origin to enter that level.
To walk to the next level.
But you walked so well. So yeah, this first room, we're going to see a bit of a... For anyone who knows anything kind of about all of the different routes you have in this level, we're going to be doing a bit of a hybrid between about 2 or 3 of them in order to pick up 2 Minikits along the way for this first room. So we're starting off with kind of the older version of the route where you start off a bit more intended, and we're going to bring Legolas and Gimli over to a later section that they shouldn't be able to access. So Origin is going to grab Legolas here. I will carry Gimli for a little bit. And basically what Origin is going to do is jump across this gap here.
Try at least.
Attempt to.
There we go.
There we go. And then...
Walk off.
And then catch Gimli when I throw Gimli at him. and then we'll be setting up for a technique known as a pickup launch, like that. You're going to have to come down here. You could just go backwards from there. Okay, yeah, that works. But what that pickup launch entails is if you pick up a a small character with a big character, which you can do with any small character, hobbit or dwarf. That's an intended mechanic in this game.
Yeah, we have to make sure we don't forget that flag.
Yep. But yeah, picking up a small character with a large character, if you do that with a particular object in the way, the game's kind of specific about what type of objects it does or doesn't allow, but they don't seem to follow much of a rhyme or reason. But the idea is if you have that obstacle in the way, there's a chance you can just launch all the way up and get very high launches, which scale with FPS.
We will be doing the same here. So we built a...
Wow.
Yeah. That is high.
This is a good PC, huh? Ah, that's unfortunate. I'll launch my way over.
Okay.
You just keep going.
I have to backtrack here a little bit to have another flag. Yeah.
Yep. And
rock.
yeah, those rocks in front of that flag are absolutely awful to try and deal with.
And Paxo will be trying to get behind these boulders.
Yep. So I'm using a technique known as pause flying here. Where am I? I'm too far. I'm not making that. Oh well. But yeah, it's a technique known as pause flying where if you have on the pause screen over 1200 FPS and you pause the game, basically your full speed just resets to 0. And you can use that to cross incredibly large distances. Man, this is difficult.
That's a pretty difficult launching spot there. That's too
Oh man. Alright, hopefully that works. It did. Okay. You know what? I'll just come in bounds here. Just to be safe. And then Origin can use me here. To throw me...
It saves me a launch.
Yep. And then I've got to try and get this Minikit behind these rocks.
At least it's easier to launch from here. So that should be...
Yep, that looks good. Oh, I'm actually on the rocks. That's interesting. I think I'm stuck here. Yeah, we'll come back and get that Minikit later, I think.
Yep.
So we'll let Origin finish out this room, and we'll get one Minikit at the very least. So this is a little bit of an awkward jump that Origin's got to do here. It's a technique known as a triple jump, but there is an invisible wall in the way if you're too, like, not if you're too high, if you're too far away from the camera. You need to go kind of towards the camera at a diagonal angle, and then attack, and then you make it over. Origin also needs to get the flag. So we can get at least one Minikit from this room.
And then I will be launching here on this fire.
That might work. Yep. So Origin is launching there to hit, or to hopefully get over these rocks. and hit an out of bounds door. It looks like Origin's in a good position there, and we'll then jump dive into a trigger.
There we go.
And okay, now we have 2 Minikits we need to get in this room.
The bottles, so having some hooks at the bottles.
If the game's targeting decides to like me. There we go.
Yeah.
And then we'll get another one in a little bit, but we're going to complete a little bit of the intended path for this room first. And Sam is going to build this, and then we're going to use Gandalf, and Gandalf is going to hit a sub area which we're not intended to get at this point. And basically, the reason why we need Gandalf specifically to do this is because Gandalf has an ability where his staff lights up dark areas. Ah, I just missed it.
Yeah. The difficult part about getting high jumps is aiming them when you go down. It's way easier if it's a little bit less high. But of course you want high enough so you can get out of bounds.
That is a little bit less high. Still too far. Oh, bonked on that wall. That's a new one. That's not going to work. I think that should be alright. Okay, yep. That'll do. And we can make it into this sub area here. And what we're going to see now is kind of 2 separate routes that we can complete here. So Origin is going to be completing the stuff we need to complete down here in order to spawn a fish. Meanwhile, I'm going to go to the stratosphere and we're going to thaw out this troll guy.
Then, once we have the fish, we will give the fish to the troll, and he will be so grateful that he will give us a minikit. And then I'm all ready.
Didn't actually take the fish,
Oh.
but he's playing the animation, so I'm not going to complain. And then we can leave. Yep. And then we've got a few more things to complete off in this room. Ah, mine. Specifically this targeting, which Legolas does not look like he's going to oblige this time. See if by moving to a different position he'll actually help. The problem with this is the split screen camera really works against you here. Oh, that's a new one. Okay. So we can't have one player on Legolas controlling Legolas because then he decides he doesn't want to play and we can't actually target him. But there we go, and we now go into the boss fight.
The Watcher in the water.
But we've got a bit of time here. This is a relatively long boss fight, so we can throw it over for a few donations.
Alright, perfect, because we have like 3 donations I want to read off here. The first one is from a person named Hobbit Laws. I don't know who this guy is, but it sounds pretty cool. With the donation being finally a game about my people. Then we have another donation from Bearhead for $50, donating to my favorite and the most mid runners run. Hope they do well. And a final donation from Schlangenmann for $10, saying this marathon is gigantisch. So back to you, keep on going.
I love those donations.
Those are definitely a series of donations right there. Thank you very much, all 3 of you. Although I kind of suspect I might have just been Bearhead 3 times.
There was a hobbit in there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Enjoying a game about his people. This is the last tentacle. I would just have to throw it off a couple times and then we're finished. Here. Nicholas did not want to do that.
Yeah, sometimes they just don't want to cooperate.
Yeah. Like the pose in this game are very difficult to get right. They always do. Oh, they never do what you want them to do.
Yeah, no, not really at all. But we have this last bit to shoot, and then that is the level complete. And yeah, we will now go into the Mines of Moria, which is going to be interesting, because there is a skip in the first room, which I might not be able to get. I will say that. But basically, there's an end trigger for the end of the entire first section. And for you, those of you who have played this level, this first section comprises of this area, which is an area to rescue Pippin. Then it's a cutscene, and then you have like a minute-long, I call it a static auto-scroller, where the camera doesn't move, but you've got to wait an entire minute and supposedly kill off some orcs in the meantime. And then you have a boss fight with a troll, so the whole section takes 3 to 4 minutes. However, there is a end trigger on this map, because it's all on the same map, which ends this section immediately and ends the whole section. Now, of course, we're going to see if I can hit that.
If you stop falling in the void.
Yeah, no, I am currently just in the void. I think I'm in a decent position. I'm honestly not sure. We did go quite far up, so obviously we then got to fall quite far down. Okay, there we go. That looks like a good spot. And then I got to make my way over to here, fall down. And then I'm looking for a specific visual cue here. Which should be in the top left corner, just about there. And there we go.
Very nice.
That's good, because we do have to hit that trick 2 more times in this run. But at least we got one of them out of the way.
And it's
That
a
is
lot of the level.
that is an awful lot of time save. That is about 3-4 minutes right there. And now we have this this kind of fighting section.
Also,
Where there's not-
auto-scroller.
Yeah.
This game has quite a bit of auto-scroller sections. Just
unfortunately.
disguised as other.
Yeah, I
flies or
mean,
whatever.
before, you know, some of the skips we had in this level, this level used to take like 10 minutes or something. It's now significantly less from that. There is a speedrun achievement on Steam for this level though, beating this level in under 15 minutes. I believe this time around we can beat it in 6, if everything goes well. How likely that is though, no idea.
I remember having trouble with that 15 minutes when I was a kid. Well, kid. Before speedrun. Just casually, it is quite a difficult.
Yeah, it's not the easiest challenge, to be fair. What we're going to see here is a splitting of paths. So one of the things that makes co-op really useful for this game is the fact that we can kind of... both players can go off and do their own thing. So in this case, I'm going for a mini kit. Origin will be going for that cutscene. And I think we timed it just right that I will be hitting the ground during this camera pan. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Basically, there's a mini kit on top of this kind of wall, which I'm standing underneath, which I'll be going for. Meanwhile, Origin will be opening up the door to the next room. The annoying thing is for Origin is that he's kind of got to work around my pauses. There we go.
Very nice. You'll be building, yeah.
Trying to switch to him. There we go. So we've got a little bit to finish off here. This is one of the few rooms that is not actually accessible for us at the moment in terms of hitting the end trigger. Because the end trigger is inside the door. And for this game at present, we don't have a way of going through doors. We can only go around them and above them. And sometimes under them as well. We have this very short slope section here where you just kind of fall off in the right direction and hit the trigger. And then we can repeat a similar kind of thing here by just jumping around an invisible wall. And if you jump around well enough, that was a burst of acceleration there, right? Like tapped left. Okay, this is interesting. I think I might have to let Origin do this the intended way. Yeah, to open that door. You can jump around the invisible wall there, but it's not playing ball with me at the moment.
Quite. The visible wall extends quite far. So. Yeah,
But what we're
that's
going to
not
see...
easy to hit that.
Yeah. What we're going to see here is me getting the second mini kit that we're going to get in this playthrough. Just there, and then I'll be going for a launch. Can you drop out, please, Origin?
Yep.
I asked Origin to drop out there because this room in particular likes to really mess about with the camera. If you're player 2 trying to do this launch, it seems like it's a random chance that it'll invert the camera 180 degrees and make it really difficult. As it is, the connection's not the most stable at the moment, so this might take a few attempts. That maybe works. That's not enough. But what I'm going for here, again, is another end trigger, and once again, this one doesn't just end the current room, it also ends the Balrog boss fight, which was on Origin's side of the screen. The idea is, in normal gameplay, that defeating the Balrog actually spawns the one, basically, pieces you need to open this final door. But of course we can just do that. And go straight to the end of the level.
Which also saves 3 minutes of just falling with the Balrog.
Yeah, it's not the most inspiring of sections, I will say that. But that is nearly the first film complete. So Fellowship of the Ring is nearly complete. We have got one more level left in Fellowship.
Just I'm on 10.
Yeah, so
We will
this
also get 2 Minikits and story.
Yes, we will get 2 Minikits in this one. This level is also another one of the split path sections in the first room. But unlike the other split path sections, we cannot skip one side of it. So again, very useful doing this in co-op, especially as I'm going to be getting a Minikit at the same time. It can get quite annoying and quite complex otherwise, but
Yeah, 1P2C, this is quite difficult.
yeah. But again, those of you who have seen speedruns of the game before might not have seen the particular inbounds route I'm going to be doing to get to my Minikit. On Origin side of things, he's doing a trick here to get out of bounds. Well, not out of bounds, but get further ahead in the path than he should be.
I just jumped that little corner there. So I skipped Boromir. So now I can just roll to the end instead of always having to distract Boromir at every corner.
And I have to focus on carrying all 3 of Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli up to this area. The AI does not like to follow here, so I suspect I'm going to have to switch to Legolas here and bring Legolas to come up, because we need Legolas for the very end, so I need all 3 of them up here. And thankfully I will have Origin joining me in just a brief second here.
Well, this cutscene is playing. Actually, Paxo can still control his characters and move them around and do stuff. But of course he can't see what he's doing, so...
I think I'm somewhere. I have no idea.
Well, you're probably somewhere.
Ah, I was not quite where I thought I was. That's a shame. I think I must have just missed that handle there. But you jump around like this to be able to skip that kind of entire section where you're supposed to build some pillars and stuff. And hopefully the AI should path Legolas up here, because we do need Legolas in a minute. In fact, the AI has sent
stuck
Legolas...
behind the bush.
Yep. Predictably, the AI has sent Legolas, in fact, the complete opposite direction to what we needed. So I got to redo this jump again. And Origin's going to build that. And this is a thing that elves can use to jump off. And we can do that a slightly different way than the game intends. The game intends you to like knock down a tree to get closer to jump up off that thing, but you can just jump off that kind of neighboring bush. And it works just as well. Origin has then got to track with Aragorn. This is one of the few features that only Aragorn has, being able to track hidden objects here. In this case that reveals Frodo, but we will use that to reveal Minikits and such later in the run.
For this section, we need to kill all the Uruks in every room, or every side room, and then we can progress to the next one.
Yeah, there's
Some
3 rooms here.
You can only get with a bow and arrow, so Paxo will get those.
Yep, and then what we will also see here is a very small... Well, what looks like a very small skip, but in reality, it gets us a Minikit, so it's very, very useful over the course of this run.
And that Minikit looks like it's easily gettable, but
It really isn't.
yeah, there's an invisible wall that extends quite high there. As long as you don't like build a plant you're supposed to build.
There we go, that should be enough. Cool, there we go. And we're going to see... Oh, can you drop out? I'm going to go for another out-of-bounds door right here. We can launch up here. It was too low there. You can kind of get a free shot going for it on the transfer over, but it is very difficult. But instead, we got a setup that I can do here to launch up.
Instead of a roll, you just punch this way up a slope.
Yeah, those work fundamentally the same as the attacks do.
It's just, yeah, your character moving forward up a slope while changing frame rate.
Yeah, it's something to do with moving up the slope in a scripted animation, so any animation that gets you to move up the slope works. Fortunately, I dropped a pause fly right where the door is here. This is annoying, but this is another one of the big time saves of skips.
Yeah, skips a whole boss fight. It's pretty long.
Yeah, because you first have a section with Merry and Pippin, and then you have a section with Gimli, Legolas. Oh, not Gimli and Legolas, just Aragorn and Boromir.
But it does mean that we skip Boromir getting shot with arrows and dying, so canonically Boromir is still alive in this.
That is true, because the next time we will see him, if any, would be free play. Man, I got nothing on that. That was interesting. I think I might be a bit too low on this. Man, I think the trigger's disappeared, actually. I don't think it exists anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue where that trigger is, so I don't know how close you were.
I clearly don't have a clue either. I think maybe I need to set up a bit further this way.
Generally don't play the categories with launching in this game. That's why Paxo is doing also all the launches. He's way better than I am.
Okay, that was a massive frame drop. Yeah, the thing is, every time we've done this as a co-op, I've been hosting, so it means that I am very not used to doing this on a different
right at
PC.
the end, Paxo's Wi-Fi kind of gave out, so
Yeah, no, my Wi-Fi was
it's
not
good
having it.
Ish for just joining my game, but definitely not for hosting the game himself. And then my laptop is, well, yeah, I'm on a laptop, so it's definitely not good enough for all these launches. So shout out to Bloodborne for letting us use his PC. for this showcase.
There we go.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, finally.
And Boromir survived, yay.
Yay, let's go.
And that is the first movie done.
Yeah. Not on an ideal pace right now, but I'm sure we can pull some time back.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not going for a world record or anything here.
It's probably a good thing. Oh, that was a camera angle.
Yeah, this game has the weird thing that if you move, like if you hold a direction while spawning in, the camera just switches entirely.
Yeah. So what we're going to see here is I'm actually going to hang back for a bit. We have another split path section, but we are obviously not going to be playing both sides of it because that is slow. But I am going to have to wait for a bit because we get to all watch Origin try and build some stairs. No pressure, dude.
These stairs really are the bane of my existence. They never do what you want. And then especially on probably should not have started with the blue one.
I believe you got this.
Yeah, you see the picture on the side there, right? That is what I'm having to. Yeah, I should not have placed the blue one first. Let's throw him overboard. It'll respawn eventually. Yeah,
Eventually, yeah. I don't think I've seen anything more rage-inducing for you than this staircase in particular. And that's impressive because I've seen, well, I've played Pico Park with you.
There.
There we go.
So
Okay, it's
the
Origin.
dome.
And then on the other side of things,
Want me to top out here?
might be a good idea, yeah. Oh, camera. On the other side of things, I'm going for a skip known as Fish Skip, and that was way too much height for it.
You just skipped the level. Said goodbye.
But yeah, basically, we're going for another out of bounds door, which is just around here somewhere. Thankfully, using pause flies, this becomes a lot easier. Hit that out of bounds door, like so. And then we now have one mini kit. We're going to get this mini kit here while we do a little bit of 1P2C.
Well, we're 2P, but sure.
Good point. Co-op, movement, whatever you want to call it. My brain just goes to 1P2C by default. But the entire premise of this section is we build a fishing rod with Sam. And then we're going to be doing some attack interrupts here with Sam. So what Origin's going to do is position Frodo in a good place so that he can basically attack Sam to interrupt the scripted animation with Gollum that's supposed to happen. There's supposed to be a scripted animation and a really dramatic battle.
I just misclicked.
It's fine, no one saw that.
Yeah, I'm not entirely used to these controls. I'm playing on keyboard, but it's fine. Ah, missed this one. So this is the animation that we skipped earlier.
Yeah, you can still skip the animation there just a bit later with just an attack from Frodo rather than a whole animation of mashing a button so Sam throws Gollum off him and all that stuff. Just slow, really. But yeah, instead we can do this.
And one final one. This animation was shorter. And I missed it.
That's alright. That one only saves like a couple of seconds. There we go.
I got one. But still decent. And on to the marshes.
Yep. So again, 2 Minikits we've got to get here. But we're going to get them, the first one anyway, in a slightly different way. So basically the entirety of Dead Marshes pretty much is intended to be as scripted as possible. So what the game wants you to do is basically follow Gollum through paths through the mist.
No.
I need to get around here, dude. But what we can do is by jumping around here, jumping to a later section in the level, the AI is going to follow. Eventually, I believe.
So, nope.
I think the AI might have got stuck there. Do you want to drop out again?
There we go. Now we should be,
Yeah, there we go. But we can bring the AI around to this side, and then Origin can complete the rest of this section by jumping around, kind of navigating his way through these islands. Obviously not the intended way of doing it, because basically the intended way, every time you try and get near an area, these fires will spawn up behind you, which we might be able to see. Yeah, behind Origin there. But obviously we can avoid that. Origin, chill.
I won't hit the trigger. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Yeah, we can avoid that. And, oh, that was some physics right there. Because we can get this Minikit right here. And with that Minikit, we can make our way through to the next room. And in this room, we just do a big old launch to skip this one. The Origin's going to drop out. I got to try and find a good line up here. I don't think that's it. Cool. And yeah, this is a big launch that we'll be doing here. Our goal is here basically to get all the way to the end of this room. And I'm going to be periodically pause flying so that we don't lose too much in the way of full height. But yeah, we just kind of get this this wonderful view for a decent amount of time. I have no idea how high up we are.
Probably quite far.
I'd imagine
Oh,
so.
there we go, there we go.
Okay, yeah, we're quite near the end here. I want to pan the camera down to see where I am. Yep, so this is the end of the level just here.
And perfectly landed.
That was actually really nice, yeah. And then, once again, we're going to be doing a couple of split paths here. So Origin will be getting rid of these two elephants which spawn. And that's how you end the level. I, meanwhile, am going to be getting a mini kit involving 5 targets around the arena which I have to shoot. And the targeting on the 5th one in particular is one of the worst targeted things in LEGO, really.
Oh. I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, this level intends for you to use a load of trampolines to be able to jump up and grab these ropes from the elephants, but it was found out very early on, I think, that you can just jump and reach them. The hitbox just extends, but obviously that doesn't mean it's necessarily easy. no idea what that target was.
Yeah, and I'm quite failing on my grabbing on Porto.
Alright, there we go.
So I'll try to do it with a roll booster.
That
on the
worked
trigger.
out really well.
And then we finish the second battle point.
Nice.
And with that, this level.
So, yeah, with that level complete, we now have to talk about level skips. And this is where the game gets a bit more unique. Basically, at this point, after you complete Taming Golem, actually, which we completed last level, the game basically sends you on 2 split paths in the overworld. You can see I'm with Sam and Frodo's party here, and Origin is with Aragorn's party here. And the idea is you have different levels and different kind of events which happen along each storyline. And they'll both meet for the final level of the film, which is Osgiliath. However, the devs left the trigger for the Osgiliath level. They didn't bother like removing it or anything. So instead what we can do is if we come over here, this should probably give way too much height. Oh, nope, nothing, never mind. We can do a launch off of this bit. Oh, man.
The game just disappeared on me.
Yeah. It's completely reset resolutions. Hold up.
It's a different one, I think. Audio volume.
Yeah, let's save your ears.
Wait, let me check if the stream is still looking okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. So that's the problem with pressing reset to defaults in this game. It likes to do that. Dude, give me some height somewhere,
Yeah,
please.
if you're not playing on default settings, which I don't think anyone is, then...
Don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. I will say, epilepsy warning, if I fall into kind of this eye area, the game does freak out a little bit. Dude. Okay, that should work. I should stop talking, honestly. There we go.
There we go.
And yeah, we can fall down and activate the level, like so. That was a bit painful, but we got there. And then we have Osgiliath, which we are going to definitely skip. This is, again, a very old strategy known as Osgiliath skip. And basically what you've got to do is you've got to jump round this wall in such a way that you're like half in the wall and half out. The game likes to push you out when you then try and walk down the stairs and into a death plane, but if it doesn't do that, then you can make your way all the way down the stairs, and there's no death planes on the floor out here. You just kind of have free reign to run around, which is very nice.
And then
And fall out of bounds to your death, but that's not the point.
you can just walk all the way to the height to the end of the level without doing any of the
Well, end of the
needed
room.
stuff. Yeah, end of the room.
But yeah, this is the very last thing in this room. This is quite a lengthy room. There's a ton of camera pans normally.
And we're gonna
But you can
activate
just-
only one of them.
Yep.
This one. Because when we shoot this Nazgul, that's the end of that section.
but that's not the end of the skips in this room. I'm going to be doing a skip over this way.
You could even say it was the end of that section.
That is terrible. I respect it.
I had to.
But I'm going to launch up here.
Well, I do a ton of stuff here to grab all the Minikits in this room, except for one.
Yeah. Basically, this room has 5 Minikits. We can get 4. Well, we can get all 5 of them in story. But we actually only need to get 4 of them. So we're only going to get 4 of them. And,
So, 2 of them are the water wheels. Gonna destroy 5 water wheels. 4 of them on my side, 1 of them on Paxo's side. Here in this fire, there's a Minikit. So I have to throw this tank full of water. Paxo is doing the exact same on the other side.
yep.
I have 1 more water wheel. Cross this bridge.
Yep, Origin has 1 more water wheel and 1 more rock to throw at Saruman's tower in order to collect all the Minikits. As that's all that's left, I can start to finish off the level here.
Quick camera pan because I walked into this area. That's that, and there's a fourth Minikit. And now Paxo can finish up the level.
Yep, that is definitely the cleanest we've done this room.
Yeah, sometimes these Minikits tend to bug out if you overlap them with a camera pan and stuff.
But yeah, with that level done, that is all the story section we need to complete for the 2 towers, the second film. And we'll now go into the third film, which is also going to be, well, it's going to be 4 levels rather than the 3 levels we played in the 2 towers. But it's still not exactly much. So, but we are once again sequence breaking here. The game is once again split. If I climb up this golem wall with a golem, then we immediately activate one of the other levels, which is secret stairs. But at the same time, Origin is able to activate this cutscene for Paths of the Dead, and can go straight over to Paths of the Dead, the level itself.
Meanwhile,
And
Paxo will get another map stone so he can teleport to it on a later time.
Yep.
To go faster to a level.
you're going way left, you know that.
I realized. Thanks for saying.
But yeah, I can just stand by this map stone. This is like the fast travel system that you have in the overworld. And just by standing by it, that actually activates it. And we'll be able to use that to come back later. But now we have what, in my opinion, is one of the best levels in this run. This is Paths of the Dead. It's one of the few levels where you can't jump over everything, or like launch over everything, because there is a ceiling for most of the level.
We will also be getting either 4 or 5 Minikits, probably 4 in story. Here.
Probably 4, yeah.
We can choose. That's the beauty of this run. Because of the glitches with the Minikits we will do in the second part of the run.
Yep.
Yeah,
First
we
thing
can
I've got to do
a
here.
roll boost up to there instead of taking the platform to the left.
Yeah, one of the things we have to pay attention to in this run, or in this room in particular, is just AI pathing. The AI likes to not follow that well.
And also the camera, if it's like split screen like that, it's impossible to aim at stuff.
Yeah, it can be pretty uncooperative.
Get target up there.
That should have worked.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, talking of the camera there, we are spawning 2 Minikits here. And you've got to make sure, especially when playing in split screen, they kind of moved a lot of objects that are just out of reach when you're playing, especially in dynamic split screen, which is way better. But not the default, I think. I think the default is fixed split screen, which is really terrible.
We will go for 5 and 30.
Oh yeah, good point.
We could have picked that one up in replay, it would have been the same.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much in terms of speed. There is another roll boost you can get here. Oh, you had it.
There we go.
There we go. Basically, one person roll boost up there, and then the other one can get in this door.
And here I will put 3 targets with Legolas, which will give us our last Minikits of this level. For now.
Did you hit that third one? Oh yeah, you did. Okay, cool.
And the last Minikit.
Oop, 5 Minikits. That's really good.
Fun fact, Legolas can kill ghosts with his arrows. I don't think that's intended, but normally it's only Aragorn that can harm these ghosts. And melee Legolas can't do anything because he's scared of the ghost, but
But yeah, this last phase of the boss fight, you've got to build 4 pillars here. And then hit the final boss with Aragorn. You have to hit the final boss every time with Aragorn. Which does bottleneck it a little bit, but when you're using 2 players, thankfully the building is not too difficult. And yeah, we can now go into everyone's favorite level, which is Pelennor Fields.
it was quite ironically called everyone's favorite level.
Yeah. Well, we can kind of show why it's not people's favorite level, because you start off very nicely with what, a 1.5 minute auto scroller.
Yeah, first it's like a 2-minute cutscene, one of the longest cutscenes in the game, and then you go right into an auto scroller, and then right into another cutscene. So
Yep.
when we weren't playing in no cuts, yeah, this you could just leave your PC for 5 minutes straight
Yeah.
and not lose
There
any
was,
time.
there is one good thing about this this section though, It's more challenging in this category because our goal on this pass-through is to not collect as many mini-kits as possible. So we're actually going to... You can collect 3 possible mini-kits in this level. One of them is automatic, one of them is from breaking 3 boxes, and one of them is just up this ramp on the right. But we're going to hold left the entire time because we want to not collect 2 out of the 3 mini-kits here. And the reason why we do that is because we're going to actually use them, come back and use them as a tool for mini-kit duplication a bit later on. But we get that 1 mini-kit, and then we proceed through Boss Fight City.
I didn't realize they still had the barrel blades.
Oh yeah.
Is that lore accurate?
You would have thought, surely Mary being a soldier of...
Well, it's not accurate for this game, is it? Because Aragorn gives it to them in the cutscene of Weathertop.
That's
Don't
true,
get
yeah.
it from the barrows.
That is a good point.
So yeah, a bit of a very nerd moment there.
It's allowed. This is a podcast level, it's fine.
And the beautiful thing about this level is it can soft lock as well. And the last part of this level has the highest chance to crash of any level, I think.
Oh, well, there we go. Now it's going to happen. Now you've said it.
At least for me.
Yeah, to be fair, that could just be your PC.
Yeah.
I will say that.
That's fair. That is fair. But no, of course, nothing will happen. It will all go smoothly. Not to worry, not to worry.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, the chances of this boss fight soft locking are certainly there. Hopefully they won't. Basically, this boss can get stuck in a walking animation. Like, up against one of these platforms that we use to actually defeat him. And if that happens, yeah, you just have to reset the level. It looks like we're okay. And then we've got a small quick sequence here to end out the level. Origin standing as close as possible to avoid the guy taking as few steps as possible. And I'm also standing in a position where I can very quickly do that. And we can go into the final room.
Very epic moment there. In this
Yeah, it's a
room,
shame we skipped that cutscene.
we first have to defeat 2 Oliphants and then 3 spawn and a bit later. And in between we'll quickly get a minute.
Yeah, there will be a flashing images warning. This could be glitching out. It
There
is
we go.
glitching out.
The
Yep.
camera does not like this level playing co-op.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get a mini kit here from this guy. Thank you. Because we have a lot of downtime in between.
And now we're just waiting for the 3 next Oliphants to spawn. Yeah. I will be walking along them for a little bit, just so they all 3 get into the map. So Paxo can start with his Oliphants as well. I think that should be good.
Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah, 2 of these are hittable by Aragorn with the Morgul blocks. and only one of them is defeatable by me. But mine takes a bit longer, I think, so it's easier to keep all 3 on the screen at any one time. Just so you can, like, basically keep progress going. It doesn't really stagnate at any point.
And are we going to get to adventure?
We're close.
We're so close.
Go on, pick up those blues.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
For good luck.
Not a mini kit, but still worth it.
Now we are going to skip another 2 levels of the story. The photo section this time. Normally they would go to secret stairs and then to Jungle. But if you just walk them straight to Black Gate, you can just sort out.
Yep.
An oversight of the developers. You don't even have to launch yourself in Forbidden Area. And this whole level can be skipped.
Yeah, this is by far and away the shortest level in the run,
So
if
we
it goes
will
well.
Not have any minikits here. This is also the only level we can't dupe any minikits in. So the only level we will cap all 10 of them and replay. That's for almost at the end of the run.
That was super quick. Wow, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that is that level complete. That's usually like a 6-minute mini boss gauntlet or so, but you could just hit the end trigger there and immediately complete the level.
Now on to the final level of the story.
Yeah, this final level is, well, it's really annoying because Frodo in story is pretty much useless. Like, Frodo is in this forced walking animation, cannot jump.
Yeah, if you try to jump, you just face plant.
Yeah.
So Paxo will be doing all the big jumps here.
Yep. This is another level where we get 3 mini kits. Ah, that's unfortunate. But I'm trying to make my way across the lava here. And basically what I'm trying to do is by attacking here, I'm hoping to set a respawn somewhere on this area. Which the game is not liking at the moment. That might work. Nah, the game's just not friends with me today. Well, that works anyway.
Just
But
don't
yeah.
die. Forehead.
I'm trying. It is possible to make that in one jump, but it is really difficult, so I go for the respawn strategy. And then I can do a small little jump to get up here. And then up here, I will be getting a mini kit. That was a great time to drop inputs. Thanks, game.
Yep. There's a mini kit on the right side in the cliffs there. There. You can generally do it with a roll boost like that. And then we activate this part.
Yep, so I get to grab another mini kit. I turn the FPS to 60 there, and that is for the reason that the animation of Frodo throwing Gollum off, basically the higher FPS you have, the more times you have to mash the button. I know there's similar things to that in LEGO Batman 3, where the last room also scales with FPS. But yeah, so we switched to 60, but I can also use 60 FPS to, instead of getting a conventional way up here, I can just do a roll boost.
Meanwhile,
get back up
I'm
to the top,
walking
like
off,
so.
so Gollum ignores me, otherwise he would jump on my head again. Now he ignores me and goes straight for Sam again. Take another death here. Before the golem can get to me. So now he's just waiting for me. Otherwise he would jump on my head again. I would have to throw him off again.
Yep. We also get a cool little thing here from me. Basically, you're meant to fall down here with Sam, and then jump into this little alcove, and then Frodo's got to build something to help you back up. But if you just like immediately jump off the bar and fall down, you just keep your respawn up top, which makes that way better. And then we go into the cutscene. And the important thing with this auto-scroller that we have, which ends in any % run, is there is a minikit on the right here. And we both missed it. That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, I was off screen. I did not know where my character was there. Oops.
Yeah. We're going to have to work out some fun routing stuff when we come back to this level. That'll be interesting.
Writing on the spot.
Yep.
That'll be fine.
Yeah. Surely nothing can go wrong.
We probably do a 2-1-1 then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that far. The first one, so.
Yeah, no, that should be alright. But yeah, that is the any % section of this run complete. And what we're going to do now is go and get the one and only character that we need to be able to collect all the mini kits that we need. And that is to go and get Berserker. And Berserker has some really weird spawning requirements. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to enter Helm's Deep, because Berserker is tied to Helm's Deep. We haven't actually entered this level before, but because we did the level skips, the game assumes that you've already played this level, so it gives you the option to enter it in free play straight away, which is incredibly useful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of force a save in this room. So we're going to collect some studs here, and the moment they kind of click in place into the UI, we can save and exit. And basically the game thinks we've now saved, oh, we must have completed Helm's Deep. Therefore, it's going to spawn all the things in the Helm's Deep overworld that are tied to area completion, or tied to level completion. That includes the Berserker. So I'm going to head over this way at night. We've worked out that there's a specific trigger to spawn the Berserker, which is this rope to get over this wall. And then, hopefully, if the game is liking me at the moment, when we get to the top of this bit here,
there he is.
The Berserker spawns. Cool. And with the Berserker bot, we are now going to go... We're going to go through in story order, but we're going to replay every level in free play. So we're going to start off with prologue.
Yep. And here is where the actual... the reason why we're playing this
Yes.
will show up.
Yes, so now we get to explain mini-kit duping. We got 2 mini-kits in story here. Yeah, we got 2 mini-kits in the last room of this level in story. But obviously, there was a Sauron fight in between, and that Sauron fight was quite slow, so we don't really want to play it again. So, instead, what we are going to be doing is we are going to do mini-kit duplication. The way this duplication works is if you collect a mini-kit in a room, then enter the next room. The next room will have a checkpoint. And what the checkpoint does is it says, okay, you've got this amount of permanently stored mini-kits and this amount of temporarily stored mini-kits. And the idea with that is, if you then leave the level at some point and come back at a later date, you'll be able to continue basically where you left off. However, what they didn't then anticipate was for you to, once you leave the level and re-enter, the game does not store which of the minikits were temporary and which of the minikits were permanent. So it assumes that all of the minikits you've got were permanent and also stores the value of the amount of temporary minikits you have. Basically doubling the amount of... it stores the amount of permanent minikits you have and then assumes that all the minikits you have are the temporary minikits, which means when you then go to save the game again, it basically adds on your total number of minikits to the amount of temporary collected minikits, which effectively dupes the amount of permanent minikits you had saved. That is very confusing. I completely understand. It's a very difficult tech to kind of explain on the fly, but we'll get to see it be used a few times, and hopefully through that way it'll be able to make sense. But here we're going to have 5 minikits, because we already collected 2 minikits. We then doubled those 2 minikits, and then added 1 temporary minikit in order to basically complete the process. And we're going to rinse repeat that
again.
Yeah.
So to double the 5 again, we need to collect 1 more minikit to go up to 10.
Yes.
That was a hell of an explanation, bro.
It's so difficult to explain, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why you were doing it.
Yeah, that's why you left it for me. But you see, thankfully there's 2 minikits in this kind of first section, so we can collect both of them there. Where's the other guy gone?
I don't know. Only one guy appeared. That was weird.
Uh-oh. That is interesting.
Normally they appear 2 at a time. But this time, just 1 at a time. Okay.
Hopefully that hasn't soft-locked.
We might be in a bit of a pickle here.
That is a new one. Yeah, let's reload the level.
Yeah, don't save and exit.
I didn't, don't worry.
We do not want to save that minikit. Well, that's a first.
That is certainly a new one. Well, if it was going to happen, it was going to happen during this run, let's face it.
Of course. See? Now there's 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 spawned that time. Okay. That was really weird. Huh.
Next 2 also spawn with 2 of them. And the last one. Nice ball.
Oh yeah, this is the Berserker, by the way, who I'm controlling right now. Super useful character, because he can pull strength handles, and can detonate silver objects. And detonate silver objects, I think it's pretty much a staple across most LEGO games, so that's kind of mostly a post-game feature, or at least a unique ability.
It's always
That, yeah,
Just
very
like,
few characters have.
Silver objects.
Yeah.
Or
Like
at least
that.
explosives.
Yeah.
Each Lord of the Rings copy has its unique supplements.
It really does. Every copy is personalized, I swear.
Such a great game.
But yeah, we can... Oh, one thing we can mention here is, of course, we can take a different route here because we have the access to 2 Morgul Blade destroying characters in free play, which we didn't have access to in story.
So here we exit the level, and we'll go in, grab some stats, the fastest way to get stats there is to save and continue on the statue, and then just destroy the flower that comes out. That is faster than waiting for the thing to open here. Oh. Then waiting for this to open and then get the stuff there. Once we have that, we can save and exit and you get like that. And
There we go. That's our
first
first 10 Minikits. And yeah, we get to see that 17 more times, but each time will be a very different application. One such application will be right now.
We're duping duped Minikits in this level.
Yes. So yeah, we have to explain another tech here. Well, it's not. It's kind of a tech. It's more just a thing that exists with this level in particular, and that is the really weird properties of this first sub area. So we're going to use our Berserker, our Strength Handle guy, to hopefully pull the lever. There we go. And there's a sub area right at the start here. And in this sub area, there's 2 Minikits. And we are going to be getting both of those Minikits. One of them involves doing various things to basically lure out a mole. And we want to lure out a mole into a spot, which gives us a very nice Minikit, nice shiny Minikit. But where's my dwarf character? There we go. You need to do the dark cave. That's over on the right.
Not gonna lie, I completely forgot.
Oh, good.
This,
Put the moles in here, and then don't stand over it, because that will, like, soft lock it.
Yep.
But we get that Minikit like so.
This game is great like that. If you stand on the place where it appears, you soft lock it.
Yep. I then now need Origin to drop out, please.
And now we will duplicate the Minikits we just got in that room by doing some wonky out of bounds movement.
There we go, it's around here, yeah. So what we can do is roll down here, and you see we get this small camera pan type thing, and you might have seen that the Minikits reappeared there. And that means we go back in here. You can see that Minikit up top has respawned, and also the mole's Minikit has respawned. Oh, and we got True Adventure as well, because we're that good. That didn't stay down, that's interesting. Okay, nice camera pan. But Origin can then go and grab that Minikit. I go and grab this one. So we now have 3 Minikits, which are... I went too high, I went over the trigger, that's cool.
Yeah,
3 Minikits, which are temporary.
And 4 temporary ones.
Yeah, that way around, sorry.
And then, of course, we need to reach a checkpoint for the temporary ones to be actually saved.
Yeah, that's the key thing of this Minikit duping strategy, is we always need to hit a checkpoint afterwards, otherwise
Paxo
it just
is
doesn't
rolling
work.
to the end of the level, of the room here. Because once he reaches the next room, we get a checkpoint, and then we can quit out without saving, go back in, and save and exit to the dupe. Or original to the...
So we exit without saving again. And then we'll go back in. You always need to make sure you re-enter in free play. If we re-enter in story at some point, it can be disastrous. It can be really bad. But we re-enter, try and grab some of these studs which like to roll the other way. Then we can save and exit, and we should get 10 Minikits here. There we go.
well, technically only collecting 7 of them. Well, actually only 5 plus 2 extra dupes. Black Rider is a wild level for Minikits.
It certainly is. This level, however, this one's really fun in this category as well. But we get 6 Minikits in our free play visit here, because we only got 2 in story. So we're going to do a 2-6 duplication glitch this time. There are 3 Minikits to collect in the first room, so Origin is going to be left to it for a little bit to collect the Minikits while I kind of progress the story section. Yeah, one of the things, that's a treasure item. It's not a Minikit.
Oh, it's that one. I knew there was an arrow somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go. Then there's a hope here.
Yep. Right, if you go up and get the bird's nest. That's Mary. Okay, yeah.
You have the other ingredients already?
Yes? Oh no, I'm fishing right now, so I'm gonna get them. But I'll get them on my Sam.
Yep.
This is one thing we also have to keep a track of, whose Sam is whose, and who has what ingredients.
Yeah, because if one Sam has one ingredient, the other Sam has another ingredient, we can't finish this level.
I believe the game does have it as a failsafe, but I might be wrong on that. But this next room, we get to see a load of cool tech, actually. So once we build this bridge, we will get to see the concept of a triple jump in this game. Found by Loz, I believe. And the entire concept of these is that when you attack with a dwarf or a character which has a vertical jump attack, you are able to essentially gain vertical speed with them. And if you then switch off characters, you interrupt the kind of scripted attack animation and can then proceed to go wherever you want. You good there?
Think of this.
That's fine, I'll just do this.
Setting my new controls. So I might have a bit of trouble with those triple jumps.
Yeah. Yeah, no, before this run we had a whole maybe 5 minutes of experience on this setup.
I think I figured it out.
Okay, good. I'll leave you to get that strength handle then. Actually.
Yeah, you can grab it.
Yeah. I might as well, I'm up here anyway. I thought I had more to do at the top, but I don't. There we go. So that is our 5th minikit of this section, but we're actually going to go and hit the checkpoint now. Before grabbing the 6th minikit that we need. So we grab this checkpoint, and then we're going to exit level, and then we're going to come back in. The reason why we can do this is because the kind of temporary and permanent store confusion, as it were, you only need 1 minikit for that to happen. But you can collect minikits after that, and after you come back in, and then save and exit, and it works absolutely fine. Like, the duping still occurs. So we're going to grab this 1 minikit here. Bring us to a grand total of 8. Use that to save and exit. And we should be up to 10. There we go.
Just like magic.
Exactly. Not magic, it's Lego. Alright, now we go to Caradrus, where we also had some problems. So we didn't manage to get a mini kit here, so we're only on 3, which means we need to get 4 kits in story. So this is going to be some on-the-fly routing here. I think we need all the skeletons.
Probably.
But what we can do is we can kind of abuse the triple jump movement to make our way much more cleanly around this level. This is a very tight jump, though. Be able to get up there. Yeah, one of the things is
Oh,
your ability to swap characters. That skeleton up there? No, it isn't. Your ability to swap characters. If you do this with both characters kind of on the same frame, things can get really bad. Because you end up jumping in an unknown direction, I think, pretty much. It's really weird. But we're going to do some
that was
slightly...
weird. Waarom je tijd te doen een front flip there?
Oh wow, yep, that's an animation. Haven't seen that one before. Dude, this guy's just a floating head. Just let me hit him. One thing I should mention, any ranged character is absolutely terrible at attacking. Okay, that's not going to work for me today, is it? Oh wait, no, V-Sync's on. We can make it over here, and there's a mini kit right here.
Yeah, that's...
Do you know the other strat? You can triple jump up by the flag onto an invisible. Yeah, you can triple jump up there. And then go over to the left and triple jump again. I will join you when I can eventually get some height and some stable frames, but that might take a while. There we go. Hopefully you didn't just fall down there. Ah, you did. So what we're going to see is me doing another piece of tech as well. This is, I guess, kind of known as swappy strats or something. The entire concept of it is, by spamming jump and the character swap buttons, you're able to get a lot of... That was actually pretty good, yeah. You're able to get a lot more distance on these things. Effectively, you're the jump dive and the tiny bit of extra height you get for a jump dive resets each time. So you can do fun stuff like that. Okay, that was interesting. Dude, attack that guy. I just want to show off this little roll boost. If I can get it. Yep.
There's a minikit in here, and then our last minikit will be a skeleton. There's a yeah, it's down here. So.
I think we're on 3 out of 5. Do you know where the 4th and 5th one are?
I think there's one next to the snowman. Did you get that one?
I think so.
The end? Maybe? Okay, now you put me on the spot, right?
Yeah, this is one of the problems with routing on the fly occasionally.
Yep.
Stuff like this can happen. Is it not earlier? Is it like the second set of rocks or something? It's fine. I believe there's a quick mini kit we can get in this room, so we'll just do that.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if we get it in this room or the next.
Yeah.
We need to get the checkpoint anyway, so...
Yeah. So we'll do the same duping thing again. So we'll exit. And then go back in free play. And hunt for a mini kit, really. That is an item. Oh, no, we're not doing this mini kit. This is the mini kit with the horse that takes ages. Yeah, you
I kinda do not remember where any other minikits are here. Except for the
No, me
ones
neither.
in the room.
I think
Oh,
I think there is one up
yeah.
here. Yeah, apologies for this. This is kind of routing on the fly, but we'll make it work. That's another treasure item, man. I feel like it's been ages since I've been up this side. I can't remember what's up here. Oh, well, not me, apparently.
There's nothing else in the...
Have another check in there. What happens if you hit all three of them?
We get a horse.
Oh, that horse takes ages, but it is a mini kit. Actually, if you're on it, can I just...
Push me?
No, there we go. Okay,
there
cool.
we go. That's... We got there in the end. We got there in the end.
That was swift and painless, definitely.
Yeah, that's what happens when you mess up a very tight route.
Yeah, that is such a difficult level for routing, so it's not unsurprising we made a mistake there. But we now get to do Mario, which means that trick we did that I got first try about an hour and a half ago now, I got to do 2 more times because we're going for a what's known as a 2-1-1 dupe, because we got 2 mini kits in story here. So we're going to be doing this trick twice to get effectively this mini kit again. Oh, sorry, not this mini kit again. To dupe again to get to 5 mini kits, and then dupe one more time to get to technically 11 mini kits, but of course the game only stores up to 10. I'm still on 60 FPS. That'd do something.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, not gonna pause flying 0 FPS. Oh, are you kidding me, game? That's just rude.
That is unfortunate.
So yeah, I'm having to switch to 60 FPS in the air purely to make sure that we don't actually have too much FPS to accidentally hit this like 1200 FPS kind of meter, which if you hit, you just end up soaring in the air. I think we're hitting it right there. Judging by the fact that Aragorn was not falling down at all.
Yeah, we were on about 1400 FPS right there.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice.
That's once. So we exit level and dupe.
Yeah. And that is faster because that would also, that transition would also be the first checkpoint we get in this level. Like there's
Yes.
a lot of fights that have to happen, the whole troll fight, before we get a first checkpoint here.
Yeah. I believe when you're doing this in categories, like restricted categories, then you just don't do it. You just don't bother with
Yep.
any sort of duping.
You just go through a second time in replay and get all the minikits there.
Yeah.
Because you would just lose so much time doing that a couple times. Or even once.
But yeah, we get to see that all over again, although we will play a little bit more of the level this time around. We are actually going to complete this very first room here, purely because we need to access these 3 strength handles. And yeah, one of them is in this room, and the other 2 are in the next room. Kind of mean that they made it like that, in all honesty, because you can't go back to previous rooms. So if you realize, oh, you needed the strength handle from the previous room, you're kind of stuck for this mini kit. But
You got it? Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
We are both aware there that we can use an elf to jump up, but
Yep.
neither of us are going to do that. I'm assuming I can just hold right here. I didn't actually see what direction the camera went. We have a lot of height here, though.
Nice.
Nice, let's go.
Perfectly done.
3 for 3, that's huge.
And that's all we have
Apart
to
from
do
the
in this
time I
level.
forgot to... Yeah, apart from the time I forgot to change VSync. 3 for 3.
We do really have to look out to never save and exit when we don't want to, because then we can't dupe it anymore and we have to find another minikit to dupe with.
Yeah. This is a great camera pan, this. Normally it's supposed to pan from like the ceiling or something to see like orcs crawling out of somewhere, but now, for some reason in free play, we just get the view of Gandalf. But that's another 10 mini kits. We've got 5 out of 18 levels fully completed so far. We've got a bit of a longer level now in Amon Hen free play, but then after that, it tends to get a little bit quicker. But yeah, this level is another level where we get 6, and this is actually... It's not very noticeable, but this is one of the single, or having minikit duping here is probably the single biggest time save in this whole category.
Yep. This level was the worst.
Yes. The reason why all minikits has not been run for the longest time, or one of the reasons anyway, was because actually on Frodo's side of things, you can't switch characters. And there are minikits which require you to have bows and arrows. And I believe some other items as well. I might be wrong on that. But there's a few, I think maybe an axe plate or something. But if you can't switch characters, how are you supposed to get them with Frodo? And the answer was, rather annoyingly, you had to use the blacksmith. That's the wrong piece.
There was only one minikit I can get here as Frodo. Oh, it's not building that. Building this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, because the other minikits on that Frodo section unlocks behind blacksmith. I did get that, yeah. And the problem with the blacksmith is it just takes so long.
Yep. And you have to do a couple quests, I think, to get those items.
Potentially, yeah. There's
Or
a couple ways you
treasure
can do it.
items, and magic, of course. Is also good.
Yeah, I think you can also find the items in levels, but I don't think we have access to most of them in story anyway.
Mhm.
I think, for example, the mithril rope, or the rope, which I think you'd need for one of them, is very conveniently locked behind something or other. I can't remember what, but yeah, it's just not the one.
Because we got 2 story minikits here, we're doing a 2-6 for this one again.
There we go, that's the kit. Yep, so we've got 4 of the minikits so far. Please pick up the sword. Can you build for me?
I'm trying.
Bruh. That was some classic LEGO priority right there.
Oh no.
Can you just become Aragorn, please? Thank you.
Very cluttered space.
Yeah.
And while tracking you can jump over stuff. At least not when you're like almost at the end and he's going slowly.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have collected 4 minikits out of the 6 we need in this free play visit. And the reason for that is we are going to not bother about the checkpoint we just got there. And we're going to go forwards to the next checkpoint. Because on the way we've got 1 more minikit to collect. And then we'll also collect a minikit in the final room. You don't have to follow me if you want to take out some of these guys. But yeah, it would be nice to skip this particular minikit because it's kind of annoying.
But at the moment we don't really see a faster way than climbing this tower.
Yeah, sorry, my gameplay's a bit sloppy. I'm on seconds per frame at the moment, I think. It's kind of
You got every jump there, so
just about. Right, there we go. Origin can now
sloppy
leave.
about that.
I think I got that one on the left.
I got all of them. But I got one as well, so
Okay, cool.
we're good. So this checkpoint is the one we will exit on.
Yep.
And then there's one more minikit to get in that room.
So this minikit, we use Sam to get these ropes here, and that spawns a load of targets around the arena. And we're intentionally staying on our own sides because otherwise the targeting can get really bad. One more up here. There we go. And then we can save and exit.
Everything for Amon Hand. Next, Steaming Golem. We got 2 story kits there. And we're gonna do a 2-1-1. Reason why we didn't do that in Amon Hand is because the first section is so long that we don't want to have to do it twice.
Yep. So, in fact, Origin has a bit of a break right now, really. Because both these mini-kits, annoyingly, are way easier to get on my side. And the thing with these split path things is it's not like you can switch and have both characters on one of the split paths in particular.
So I can just hang back and watch Paxo play for a bit. The first one is here behind the rope. And then he will do fish skip to get to the checkpoint. Dupe, and then we come back here. Then there's the second one is to the left. And he'll have to do his fish skip again. It's also a trick he has to do 3 times in this run. But I think it's easier than the Moria one. Even though I haven't done either of them ever.
There we go. That's number 1. Yeah, optimally this is very quick, but it's a little bit more difficult with fish skip and such. It's one of those tricks that can just be really annoying for no reason.
There we go, on 5. So if you do that again, you are on 11. So, then.
Yeah, fun fact, this is the only level as well where you pick up a treasure item intended in story. Oh yeah, I spawn as Gandalf, don't I? Yeah, you pick up a treasure item by making the fishing rod, which we use to defeat Gollum. It's pretty interesting that this game was actually really good at kind of setting those kind of things out as tutorial objects, basically showing you that you get them. It's quite a nice touch that this game's added. Same with the blacksmith design thing. A lot of LEGO games just kind of expect you to find that out by yourself, but having the kind of subtle hints in the tutorials for them is very useful. How did I go up there? What? Oh, that's some hype.
That's a high one, yeah.
If you see kind of in the bottom left corner, you can see there's actually some stuff there. That is Gandalf's section. Which it is possible to pause fly all the way over to. I believe Bearhead pulled that off at some point. Oh, that was a nice time to get a lag frame. Or lag set of frames.
And another high one. Now you can really see
Yeah.
the Gandalf section.
Okay, the fact that
Very
I made it
nice.
is insane.
You're distracted.
No, I just guessed. Yeah, no, the game is being very good there at giving me very nice internet lag spikes the moment I needed to start pause flying. But there we go. That is Taming Golem complete.
And I guess I can join back in again.
Yes, because we absolutely need you for this level, which is Dead Marshes.
And now I know in that marshes fish with Golem.
Yes. Yeah, so Dead Marshes, we're going to be doing another 2-1-1 dupe.
First
but yeah.
I'm doing here is...
Actually, we don't need to do that.
Oh. It's bugging out again. Might want to change it to 60.
There we go, I got you. Dude, attack when I press the attack button, please. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is kind of roles reversed from the way we did it in story. In that story, I was the one that was getting the mini kit, while Origin was doing the actual, I say intended, doing the strat we used to get to the end of the room. Because this is most definitely not intended. But then we can dupe that mini kit, and then we will rinse repeat again. Wrong level, nearly. Yeah, if I'd entered that wrong level, that would have been really bad.
Well, no, because it wouldn't have saved, right? You just had...
But it overrides your checkpoint. It wouldn't have saved the mini kit, but it overrides your checkpoint, so we would have had to redo.
Yeah, we just would have had to redo the minikit.
Yeah.
That's not really bad. We wouldn't have to find another minikit.
That is true. That is true. But now we do the same with another mini kit. And we can take a slightly different route this time, I believe. So we're going to actually activate this golem thing. Because you can see right in the distance, actually, just above Golem's head, there is a strength handle. And we're going to need to pull that strength handle. But we can, I believe, go around this way. By doing these swappy strats. There we go.
I don't think I'm gonna get those on keyboard.
That's alright, because I've still sequence broken, so you could try the... I don't know. There might be another way of getting around there.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
quite a lot of ways to get around here.
Yeah. Especially in a free play. I mean, when we consider we can go over, we can go around. The only way we can't go around any of these, like, fires is under.
There's quite a big... Maybe like this. Oh.
Ooh, nearly. That could work.
Yeah, now I'm just trying stuff out while Paxo is getting to the end. Oh, okay. Maybe if I get to there. Oh, alright.
No.
I just saw a possibility, but definitely with like a swapping triple jump, I think that's possible.
I think I've just noticed something I've never noticed before either. When you press exit level, I think your studs go back to 0 as well. Let me see again. Okay, it doesn't that time. But I'm pretty sure when I clicked exit level, my studs reset to 0. And then I left the level. So that must be them being moved into the temporary store as well. Or something like that.
Clue.
No idea.
Probably some behind the scenes shenanigans.
Oh, shenanigans is the best way of describing this game. But yeah, now we get to see a level we actually haven't seen before. This is Track Hobbits. So this is the first level that we skipped in any percent. And it's a shame because it's really cool. And we're going to show off a very nice piece of tech here. Which is a pickup launch around this bush in particular. And we can use this pickup launch to very nicely get out of bounds for this section.
I don't.
I believe you might be able to roll boost out of bounds or something.
Find something to hold boost on. Yeah, you can just either roll boost or launch from there.
That should work.
If I were out of bounds as well, I could just hit the trigger.
Yeah. But that works just as well. So we pick up one mini kit from that room. I need you. Come back.
I forgot.
Then we get another mini kit from here. And we're going to get 4 mini kits in our very first pass through of this level. And then we are actually going to save and exit so we permanently store those 4 mini kits.
Yep,
and then we can basically
need permanently stored mini kits to
Oh, I'm throwing. Not bad.
to be able to puke. Quickly finish my train of thought there.
But yeah, this section is awash with camera pans, really. But we're going to see Origin
Getting interrupted by camera pan.
getting, predictably interrupted by a camera pan. You might need to stand further away, yeah. There we go. Classic.
We are both just struggling here. Wow.
Alright, there we go. So we can save and exit again. And this gives us 4 mini kits. We'll then go back in to dupe 2. This dupe is incredibly quick. Because that first room is so short. Hopefully this time both of us will get out of bounds. Because if that happens, it is so rapid. So we get to see this pickup launch. We're about there. We went quite far left on that one, but I think we're right. Yeah.
I took no chance and just flew all the way out of bounds there.
Yeah, no fair. But yeah, so I can triple jump to get that mini kit easily. The other option would be to build stairs, which, as we've established already, is Origin's worst nightmare.
Honestly, those stairs are horrible.
Those ones are better, because you only need them for a purpose to get up. You don't need them to actually be something resembling a set of stairs. But yeah, we can super quickly go back in and duplicate these mini kit. Where's that stud?
And there we have 10 mini kits.
And
Next
And
up,
we'll now go
Warg
into...
Attack.
Yep, this is a interesting level, because this is theoretically one of the shortest levels out there, if not the. But with Minikits, it becomes a little bit longer, but again, we're going to do another 4-2 dupe. Basically, 4-2 is kind of the optimal way of doing dupes, if you possibly can. But while Origin is going to be completing this boss fight, I'm going to collect the Minikits. So I destroy these things. That was interesting. I actually got Worm Tongue stuck on one of them.
Yeah, we're also collecting 4 in the first pass. But 2 in the first room and 2 in the second room.
Hopefully, anyway. The targeting is not cooperating at the moment. Still not cooperating. Okay. Yeah, you might have to hold out on the last thing a bit once you built the cage. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go and get one of the other mini kits that we can get on the second pass through anyway. If the game won't let me get it. There we go. Cool. And then that's the first section complete. I'll get to do a pretty cool trick over here, known as wall jumping. Basically, if you go up against the wall and kind of mash... What am I mashing? A combination of attack... Or actually, no, I'm just mashing jump and switch character there. Oh, you need to hit the last rock to spawn the mini kit. Yeah. Yeah, a combination of just jump and mashing, swapping characters there, like you do for the kind of getting distance. You can also do it up against some walls to get height, which is very nice. Let me select it. There we go. Thank you. But yeah, we can go back in here again and get 2 more mini kits. Right. Right, I finally managed to convince the camera to work there. Let's go.
And then the last minikit in this room is at the bottom with the fireplace.
But yeah, we just got that final phase to go. Worm Tongue gets trapped in these cages. And then there we go. And this should give us all 10.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, but now is where we go into what is my favorite level in this category. Because we're going into Helm's Deep.
Very conveniently, Helm's Deep has an extra area that gives you a checkpoint right where you spawn at the start of the level.
Yeah, so essentially the devs messed up. Because they assigned the wrong room to having a checkpoint. If you complete this first room here, as you normally would, then you are not rewarded with a checkpoint when you go into the next room. However, entering this bonus area, which I'm going to do once Origin gets this mini kit,
definitely.
Yeah, this bonus area has a checkpoint, and we are absolutely going to be abusing that. This is a fun little area, actually. This is the Orcs Carnival kind of area. And we've got to do basically certain things to spawn a load of flags for a minikit. Origin is also doing some Aragon tracking to build another item, which spawns a second minikit. And then there's a third minikit, which we're going to absolutely, completely and totally cheese.
Yeah, we need to complete 4 of these carnival games. Get all the flags there.
Yep, so Origin's got the last one to do on this side with the target shooting. Meanwhile, I'm going to go and get our final minikit of this section. Which, I'm not going to do the intended way, of course. The idea is you're supposed to build like a crossbow and fire them at guys on the top here in order to be able to beat the section. But the game did not account for the fact that you as a player could be up here. So to hit these 5 targets, it is way easier to just kind of chill up here waiting for them. There we go, there's the 4th one.
It is not cooperating, what is this?
Just go close and spam shots.
Yeah. Standing a bit too far away, yeah.
Alright, yeah.
That's the last one? Yeah.
There we go, okay. I thought you'd soft locked it for a minute.
No, there was just one pesky target.
Yeah, there always is. And that is our 4 minikit haul, which we're then going to use to dupe. So this duping is really cool because we end up duping without actually leaving the first room. Technically, the first room in the bonus area is all we need to be able to dupe. And the way we're going to do that is by coming back in here. Origin is going to get 1 more minikit and then open the door to the bonus area again so we can dupe. I'm going to go on a bit of a grand adventure in order to get this last one. But it is the same room technically. Although it is where you finish after completing kind of the 2nd section of this level. Or the 3rd section even. After you've completed the ladders and you're trying to escape to block... I think block the door or something to stop the stop Saruman's forces getting in. But we can just jump over here and do the hover strats to get around here.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, that was surprisingly clean. Those hover strats, by the way, are super easy on higher FPS and absolute pain on 60 FPS. They are possible, but they're so bad. But yeah, that's our 6th minikit. We'll get the checkpoint here, from which we can exit. And then we will come back in and dupe. Like so. And that should give us 10 minikits. There we go.
So, in Osgiliath, we got 4, so now we need another 2. And
That's the wrong level. There we go. I always get those two confused. They're right next to each other. But yeah, thankfully, this section actually is really cool.
oh, yeah.
Because I will be repeating doing this jump, which we did in story. And this out of bounds here. I will of course be doing it for the purpose of, you know, getting to the next section. But I will also be doing it for the purpose of getting a minikit. Meanwhile, Origin will also be getting a mini kit.
Well, hi, but I can remember where it is.
I went back in bounds. It's fine. I'm throwing here. You got time. Oh, there's the camera pan. Oh yeah, you were after that one behind the tower.
Yeah. And fell down. How do I get back up here?
Probably Golem will climb that. Man, this out of bounds is not liking me right now.
Again? I kinda went too far here.
Alright, there we go. I finally got myself out of bounds.
Does that help? Probably not.
I mean, that's how everyone else is meant to get up, so it might.
How does one go back? Is the question.
You could probably triple jump from the stairs now, it might be easier.
There we go.
More camera pans, woo! So yeah, Origin is going to be able to go kind of round the side of this building.
If I can manage to. There we go.
Uh-oh. Okay, we're fine. I'm still out of bounds. It's all good. But instead of building these stairs like we did in story, you can just do that. And then we can do the duping again.
Grab some stats here. Save and exit, and the skillet is done. Only 4 levels remaining. No. More. 6. My,
6, yeah,
my
6
bad, my
levels
bad.
left. Yeah, unfortunately we are going to be...
the 2 levels we skipped earlier.
Secret stairs. Unfortunately, we are going to be going by the looks of it about 10 minutes over estimate. Yeah,
We did
various.
mess up a bit, and then some connection issues on your part.
Yeah.
So Paxo will do some fancy schmancy parkour here to get himself to the trigger. And then...
Yep, and then Origin will be getting some mini kits here. Meanwhile, I will be in the process of completely breaking the intended path for this level. This is one of the most broken things, which is you can just, on this rail, you can just walk out of bounds. And then you can, if you hold the right angle, you can just drop down completely out of bounds. And unfortunately fall down there. That's a shame. There we go. So yeah, I'm just running along an invisible floor now. Just kind of chilling. Golem is having a fun time. And yeah, this is how we're gonna make it to the next area. I died a little bit too early there. Fine, I can come out a little bit. Where is it? There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of section 1. Or section 2 of this level. And then in this room, we're going to be getting 3 more mini kits. But they're very quick fire mini kits to get, which is why we bother with kind of going this far through the level before we access the kit. So I'm going to get one here. Origin's going to get past this barrier. And then there's 2 very quick fire mini kits immediately after it. One which he will use a berserker for. And the other one, which you can already see, is kind of caught in that web up there.
That's the 4.
That's the 4 mini kits we need.
First pass. And then we take 2 in a bit, and then we cube those 4 to get them.
Yep, so now we did leave 2 mini kits in the first room, so we're going to go and clean those up now and use them for duping. So again, it's a very quick dupe, and it saves kind of having to go through all the way through the level, especially when there's an auto-scroller in there as well.
That's the first one.
So,
Gimli block. Bottom. Now Paxo will have to make sure he does not hit the trigger. And first... You can sometimes, like, with the launch you get there, accidentally hit that trigger.
yeah, you actually do have to, like, rein yourself in for that. It's really weird, but... just another thing to be aware of, really. But we can do the dupe here. That is the wrong way.
Yep. The other right.
I just wanted to go back to Helm's Deep, man. So we can get the studs there and fall off the edge while we're collecting the studs to be able to perform the dupe, which I found quite cool.
And now for the last level that we skipped during the stories. Let's get it on goal. And this one is a bit slow, like the first part. It's just a boss fight with 3 minikits in it. So we will get 1 in the first pass through, and then
I think I'm gonna try and go for the end trigger here, give it 1 or 2 shots. Oh no, something's happened.
the game crashed.
Oh, there we go, okay.
Well, at least we didn't lose it. Any progress in the level.
Definitely not, no. So we are playing on Steam Remote Play, so Origin will have to re-invite me as well.
Yep. That's so loud.
And also, before we re-enter Kirathon Goal, we will have to re-enter No Cut. Because otherwise you do get to see the wonderful cutscene. It's not the longest cutscene actually, but it's certainly there. It exists as a cutscene. I think that's the nicest way of describing it.
I hope the stream is still fine. Could be. I have no way to check at the moment.
But yeah, once we get one mini kit in that first room, I'm going to go for the end trigger. We don't have to do that boss fight. Hopefully it will save back a little bit of time. I'll give it a few attempts, but if it doesn't work, then we'll just continue with the boss fight.
I already start the boss fight, or do you want me to top out?
I'm gonna need you to drop out, yeah.
Alright. We'll top out. It's quite a bit of time save if you can skip this.
Quite a lot of height as well.
Oh yeah.
We are going down though, that's a good sign. So I do have a rough setup for this, but it is a bit of an annoying one. Okay, yeah, that was too low. Another unfortunate lag spike, just as I was at the right height.
Almost as if it's done on purpose.
Sure. I'm trying my best not to make excuses here.
That's fine though.
Huh. I'm surprised that didn't work actually. Okay, I'll give it one more shot, and then if it doesn't work, we'll just do the normal way. Dude, turn around properly. Great. Yeah, no, this isn't happening. Let's just do the boss fight. Yeah, that's a shame.
Honestly, what am I doing? What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. Nothing. And even that's too much.
But yeah, we can podcast about this boss fight a bit. Basically, the entire concept of it is using the File of Galadriel to be able to, like, scare Shelob, essentially, and then being able to stab with the sword. Oh, I was a little bit too far forward. Oh, great. Okay, thanks. Thanks. That's much appreciated.
Very bad thing about this boss fight. You constantly drop your stuff, and if you accidentally press B outside of the circle, or like just outside of the circle, then you drop the file and you get hit by the spider, like it happened there. And sometimes it then despawns and you gotta get it back in the center. It's a pain all around. Just like that. You can also drop your sword. This is the only place in the game where
Wow.
you can actually drop your sword.
Yeah, no, can you drop in and do the last bit? Because, like, I'm on 3 frames a second right now or something ridiculous. Okay, I dropped the sword as well, so yeah, I'll let you.
Of course I took the sword again. Oh my god.
I guess I'll do it then.
Oh my god. Yep.
Yeah,
Alright, you still got it then.
yeah. No, this
is
boss
the
fight's
final
pretty
one.
awful.
Yeah, it really is. I'll just leave that Minikit taunting me in the corner there.
This is still an all Minikits run, I promise. We haven't given up on that. But yeah, we have got 2 more Minikits left to get in this pass through.
Who got the jump? Oh,
Sorry.
probably connection issues.
But yeah, we can actually access that even though we are not using an elf character here, because of the nature of stairs, like some stairs being taller than the ones previously. It's a very nice feature that they have.
Yeah, you're gonna have to jump in the window. Nice one.
There we go.
You can jump
And then
through
we have
the window
one last
to
Minikit to get.
Outside of the door there.
Yeah, for some reason they just made sure that the window like didn't have or had no collision, which is interesting. This is a really annoying golem wall because it's very easy for the game to just jump you off without collecting that mini kit. But thankfully, all good.
But we're not done yet. We still have to do that boss fight again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave you to it and just collect the minikit.
Yeah, great. Okay.
I don't want anything to do with that spider.
Yeah, we are. It's looking more like a bit over 15 minutes over estimate now, unfortunately. But we'll keep it going until somebody says no. There we go. So Origin's getting 2 minikits this time. So all we need to play this time around is just the boss fight. I say just the boss fight, like it went so well and I've already dropped the sword once, but it's fine.
And if you think, wouldn't it be faster to just collect all the minikits and not having to do this twice? No. There's this one minikit in this level that is awful. Awfully long.
Oh man.
It's like the same length of as this boss fight, but just for one minikit.
Let me throw the thing, please, game. This is just the general rage I tend to have in this level.
So I'm dropping now. But we're almost freed from this spidery boss fight.
Thankfully, yeah. And then we can do the dupe. And after this, we'll have 4 levels left.
And 1 level that we are not duping. The only level that we're not duping.
Yeah.
Because it's all one room. There's no checkpoints in there, so no possibility to dupe.
Yep. Thankfully, this next level is a super quick one. This is Paths of the Dead in free play, and yeah, we just kind of... We have
Run
one
through.
mini kit to get on the way, which one of us will get. Probably you, I'd imagine.
Yeah, the person who's last, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably me.
I love that confidence.
Wait, no, I'm not last.
Fine, I'll go and do it. Actually, no, this means I get to do the fun part. I'm fine with that. Have fun actually playing the level. Ew.
I can get this roll boost. Can you? Second.
Oh yeah, that'd do it.
Menuing on keyboard is
It's not the best. But thankfully, one thing that does save time in this level is we don't need to build this bridge. We can just do that.
Can we?
Apparently, we can just do that.
There we go. And because we already have collected 5 in the story, just the 1 is enough.
Yeah. So this is our one and only, I think, 5-1 dupe that we have in this run. Oh, thank God I did actually menu to the exit level button, because I didn't actually like see that option when I pressed select. It was still on the save and exit option.
Three levels remaining.
3 levels remaining, and the next one is a level of all time.
Is it though? It's a snooze.
But it's certainly a level. I mean,
we don't even play. How can you
No,
call
we
that a
don't.
level?
so I hope you liked the auto scroller at the start of Pelennor Fields that we saw. Because yeah, we've got to play it 2 more times now in order to do a 2-1-1 dupe. The one small, I guess, challenge in this level is making sure that we only collect 1 out of the 2 current mini kits that are in this auto scroller.
Now we have to decide the first or the second one.
Let's go for the ramp. The ramp can be a bit harder.
Alright.
So once we get past the ramp, we have to immediately hold left.
Yep.
Right, so we go for the ramp here to get this mini kit. There we go. And then avoid that one box on the outside of that turn, because that is where the other Minikit is. It's really amazing how easy it is to actually pick up these Minikits.
Well then, you're running after this as well.
Yeah, this is the Paxo getting carried block that we're currently in right now.
I'm getting carried at the moment.
Ah, that's where things are going wrong. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
Ah, now we get it.
Okay, well now I know that I'm supposed to be carrying you. These next few levels, hopefully, we'll get it down. We have got to watch that auto-scroller again. I'm gonna use that opportunity to let Origin get the Minikit, and I'm gonna put my phone on charge.
Now watch me miss this minute. The first 2 boxes you can't miss. So you always get them. So that's why it's deal then. But it's really easy to get the last box.
I trust you, man. You got this. I have confidence. I'm not even gonna hold any input on my controller. It's all down to you. Actually, no, I don't trust the game enough for that.
Excuse me?
I trust you fine for that. But I would not be surprised for this game to go, oh, you wanted a Minikit? How about no?
That's the box. Boom.
Oh, you did it.
Out of 10.
He's too good. Popping off. Oh, that was so close to accidentally pressing story.
Don't
That would have
mess
been
up
so
right
bad.
at the finish line, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of stats with all these.
Oh yeah, you get like 50k per 10 out of 10 Minikits you get.
Times 18. No, times 17 plus all the
What level is it? Blackgate.
purple stats
Yeah.
at the end. So
Yeah.
this is the level that we get all 10 of them.
Yeah, this is actually a really fun level because it's so short and everything is contained in one room. It means there's no checkpoint. Which obviously means we can't do any Minikit duping, but it does mean that all the Minikits are actually quite close together. So we've already hit all of the requirements, I think, for one Minikit during that camera ban. Yeah, there we go.
So now we just launch out of bands both of them.
We're actually only going to launch one of us out of bounds.
Oh, right.
Because what we're going to do is take advantage of a gap in the floor. Yeah, we're going to take advantage of a bonus area. There's one singular bonus area in this level. And we are going to be using that.
The last one.
Yeah. We're going to be using that in order to be able to progress. The annoying thing about it is we have to fight our way through all these waves of orcs which just attack you.
I think you're stuck in the right side.
It might well be, yeah. That's alright, I can launch, I think. There's a few spots to launch from. Okay. I've hit the cutscene for that, but that's fine.
And then we can... No. Don't
Oh yeah, we can just clear out this room now. There's only 2 Minikits to get in this room anyway.
Yeah.
we can launch up like so. And while I'm up here, might as well grab this mini kit. Because this one's a little bit annoying to get to. And then we will go into the sub area.
And there's 5 minikits in here, I think.
Yes. Yes,
Then
5
yeah,
minikits.
yeah, it's quite great for this challenge. I'll get the pig.
Yeah. Origin, of course, gets the best mini kit in the game, which is riding the pig through all the gates.
The pig is quite unwieldy though.
Don't know, I've never been the one in charge of it.
There we go.
So this is kit number 7. I feel like we're
So it's
missing.
another kit, right?
I don't think so. Let me try it.
Might as well. Nope.
Okay. Oh, I think I might have missed one on the right area. That's fine. We can get to that pretty simply. Yeah, because we're on 8 now. Yeah. So Origin will get this last mini kit on the left. I will go over to...
there yet. Don't.
We've already spawned the camera pan.
Alright. Yeah. that's the
Somehow I
camera
just
pan.
didn't run into that mini kit. That's interesting.
Hmm.
But that is that level done.
Yep.
So we got 1 level left. So we've got to route this a little bit on the fly, but it should be no more than 5 minutes from here.
Right, because we also forgot missed the kit here.
Yeah.
That old stroller kit is quite bad though. Also for casual players.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Yeah. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do we've got 2 mini kits, so we're going to do a 2-1-1 dupe because that's probably the quickest way of doing it.
Yep.
So Origin will go on ahead. I will grab mini kit number 1 from here. Oh man.
We both have different ways to do this. I generally do it from here, but yes, I hit that rock. Oh, come on.
I got you, don't worry.
God damn it. It's not letting me change the actions.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, and then it killed me anyway, sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Save me from this help.
But we got 1 mini kit there, so we'll do a 2-1-1 dupe, and then we will rinse, repeat, and do the same again.
That jump I've called the triple jump of doom because I hate it.
And it's in Mount Doom.
That as well.
Wait, I did let it start clicking. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but... Yeah, never mind.
Right, so we're going to repeat that again with a different mini kit. And then once we complete the final dupe, that is when time will end.
No. I'll get this mini kit.
I got this one. Oh, that was sad. There we go. That's the one bit of button mashing I can't do. I can't do button mashing normally, but I can do it for that trick and that trick only.
Let's see if I can do it on PC with my scuffed setup here.
I don't even know if it's possible on keyboard, I can't lie.
What? Maybe? Well, good.
I guess we'll never know.
It's way more difficult, but
Oh yeah.
it is possible, I think. With some better control choices, would be much more easier. And
Do we save and exit?
And that
And
is
10 out of
done.
10. There we go.
You can see now we're getting purple studs. That means we've got all of the minikits.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry we went so far over estimate. We'll keep this short as a result, but thank you very much for having us. Shout outs to the person who found this, the Ma, this minikit duping glitch, and Loz for doing most of the implementation stuff with it, working out how it works. And yeah, of course, shout outs to Origin for putting up with me for 3 hours.
And shout out for Paxo for doing the same for me. So yeah, I guess we can move on then.